guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. I did the short version of the intro today because I was late. I'm just having trouble with the internet and with all the things. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and bring Jen up. Thank you guys for being here. I already said that, but again, thank you. And hello to everyone. I'm not going to say individual hellos. I'll talk to you guys while we watch the video visits. Hey, Bendy.
Hey, do you need me to share the screen? Or are you okay to do it?
I think I'll be fine now because I came over to Mom's. I'm going to use her internet, but I couldn't even get StreamYard to load at my house. So I don't know. I just like today my bill was due, so I think it's like just restarting for the month. And it's
probably we might have to restart the router.
Yeah, I might do that. But yeah, we're doing more video calls today. We're going to Jen's channel after this. Because we want to have a conversation about one of the calls we watched last night. We have to finish that. So Jen today put together more calls for us to go over, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to hang out, watch them, talk about what we see. You guys know the drill. Bendy, anything you have to say before we get started?
Well, I will say this, that there is a new character that has been unlocked, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And if you want to see who the new character is, you got to stick around.
You gotta stay tuned. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up and not make you guys wait, especially for replay viewers. Plus, you guys have been waiting a few minutes. We're late starting, and we will chat. Oh God. We will.
I know. Are you the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The picture you put. We will be chatting in the chat as we watch, and then pause along the way to have our discussions or whatever. And yeah, let me see what this is. Fragile like a bomb. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that so much. And yeah, we'll get right to it. All right, ready?
Yeah, I made that little thing, good. The little graphic with my own two handses. So
I love it. It's hilarious. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Yes, let's go. Get going. Yeah, just go. It's good. I can talk after.
Are you sure? You can go ahead.
No, it's not really important. It's just me jibber jabbering. You know how I do in the beginning. I'd be getting nervous. I'm good now.
I do the same thing, and I'm trying not to do like too much of that. So yeah, I'll just press play and we'll talk in a second.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hey. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Hey. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Okay. It's been crazy around here. What's going on? What's with you? Well, the day, we only have 4 phones and we have like 15 people out in our group. So the other day we just had so many people doing stuff, and then the next day my group was searched by the dog. so we were just all just standing out here letting him search everything. I just was laughing because he walked in my room, sniffed, and ran out. I was like, of course. And then he got ready to leave and came back to my room, looked in for a second, and ran out again. I was like, that's right, boy, you know better. Oh man. That was going on, and then I had to join the vampire group again because they've been stalking me like crazy. So I made the thing in my room where they have to stay in a certain section. They can't come near me because they've been waking me up out of my sleep, like getting me up out of bed and wanting to take my eyeballs. And I'm like, no, you're not taking my eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you need my eyeballs for?
So like, what do they say to you about that? Like, how do they even approach you about that?
Well, I was asleep. I haven't been sleeping good. You know, like this board goes from like 5 a.m. in the morning to like midnight, 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? Because people clean. I mean, you got to take the bad with the good because at least you can eat food and at least you can hear music. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's crazy. So I don't really sleep. And then I tried to talk to mental health about I couldn't take my the nightmare meds because it's making me like I have sleep apnea, and then which makes my sleepwalking worse. And I like explained to them it's getting like more. It was sporadic, but it's getting like really bad again. And they just be looking at me like, well, you're so against anti-psychotic meds or whatever. And I'm like, of course I am, but like there has to be something that can help me, you know what I mean? It's getting bad again. Like it was bad at one point. That's why and I think I told you this before, but that's why I made it all the way for the military, then got disqualified because sleepwalking. And whenever we went to, we were doing like practice runs and stuff like that, that the group that was going with me to join, we had already been to MEPS, everything. And I grabbed this stick and I like in the middle of the night now, this long stick we had, like it was like a walking stick. And so like I grab it apparently during my sleep and I start running around it like I'm like shooting it like it's a shotgun. And so like I freaked everybody out. So I got disqualified for it. But it goes in like, sporadic sometimes. I mean, I've driven the car before. In Myrtle Beach, I drove the car.
Oh man.
Went to the store, then parked in my friend's apartment complex behind the store, slept. He came out that morning and was like, why in the heck is she parked in my apartment complex?
Oh my gosh.
Comes and knocks on my window, waking me up, and I jump up freaking out, not knowing like, what? How did I get here?
That's gonna be scary. Like,
Yeah.
I only ever did that one time, and that was like I guess a couple days before I had my stroke. I don't remember like any of the events leading up to it.
Yeah.
Only what my husband told me, which was like apparently I was driving. I had to go pick him up from work, and I was driving home, and I almost hit a mailbox. I don't remember any of that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you were hauling ass home, like going 114 down 95. I'm like, I don't remember any of this. But that's gonna be. I wrote you a letter, I guess, last week, and
I got one from you. I just got
hopefully
it.
I'll get another one pretty soon because I put a suggestion in there that you could ask about for the different kinds of medication for
Yeah.
like sleeping. I don't know if they'll like what they'll give you or if they'll even
They won't give you
suggest it,
sleep
but
stuff. It just has to be like antipsychotic stuff, and they know how I feel about that. Because I used to take the Invega and the Thorazine. They let me try that like 2016, and like, man, I might as well have been high. I walked around like a zombie. I'd go to my classroom and just literally be in there like, okay, today, guys, we are gonna work on this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But I
I
mean,
don't either.
my door is shut, so it ain't like I can like, run and fall down the stairs or something. But I don't. Sometimes they'll come in there and the one deputy will be like, "Stauch, you're standing on top of your desk again." So I don't know if I think I'm climbing out and I get on top of my desk and I just be standing there like.
How are things going there as opposed to where you were? Like,
It's been okay. Like I mean, a lot of people kind of have lightened up a little bit. Like I said, once they got to see, they be saying like, this girl, he's always in her scripture, minding her business. I don't get involved in that drama stuff. They kind of eased up a little bit with the whole, like comments and stuff like that. And then they see I be, always got my Bible reading to people. You know what I mean? And I didn't get to sleep last night, and they came and got me out of my bed to go downstairs because they were here to bring discovery. But so I go out, and the jail, they've been nothing but nice now. I mean, it took me being pro se because I had crappy attorneys who weren't wouldn't even sit down and have a conversation with them. You know what I mean? They've been nothing but helpful with everything. Well, except the lady from the law library, she be tripping. So she started yelling at me because I was half asleep. I got woke up out of my sleep and I had been sleeping. So I get ready to come back in the ward, and by instinct you see a door, you get ready to open it. She goes, "Don't grab that door." I was like, "Oh, I can't go back in there." She said, "You're not allowed to touch doors." Now, remind you, there was a lieutenant standing right there, and obviously he didn't freak out about it, and he's a people person, so if he had a problem with it, he'd be like, "Hey, remember, Miss Stout, don't touch the door." And I, "Oh, sorry, whatever, whatever." But see, the problem is, she has like this. First of all, and this sounds bad. This is me talking in the flesh. Lord forgive me. But she had to get up out of her desk or seat and walk. So I'm sure that was an obstacle for her because she's kind of overweight anyway. So she had to like walk all the way down here. So she's probably not even happy with the extra work. And then, she's got the DA investigator here, which is the lady, and she's like really pretty. So she's probably got this like complex thing going on. Like I'm standing here with this really pretty investigator. And then the investigator guy from the DA was there, and he had a suit on, and he's like this decent looking guy. So she probably was sitting there like feeling like she had to have some control or something, like how sometimes women get when they feel like they are outpowered. So I'm
Yeah.
just thinking there, Lieutenant looks at me and I look at, okay, sorry, and I'll walk off. Like,
Yeah, what are you gonna do by touching the door? That's so stupid.
now remind you now, she's not a deputy. She's the law library person.
It's like it's not funny. It's ridiculous. Like
I'm just sitting there like, it wasn't like I was opening the door to exit. I was opening the door to go in my room.
Yeah, it sounds like she was trying to be like a show off, like you said, because there's other people there watching.
That's what it was. Because she was around a really pretty girl and a dude and who's dressed all fancy, and she just had to be like, "Arr." So I was just sitting there like, geez, Lord. But other than that, I mean, they've been, like I said, helpful. They brought more stuff today, but I don't need it. I told them I didn't need to go back to the law library because here's the thing, that 2:30 to 4:30 time is impossible because it's the one time that I do get to go to sleep. And kind of like you said in your letter, it's one of two reasons. And I did the right thing. I asked her to change it, and she tried to say that medical told her about the meds. And I was like, well, why did she ask medical? Because mental health would be the one that I counsel the meds with. I don't understand, but whatever. But so I just said forget it, because when I went the other day, I got to see that there's two. I wanted to make sure that they had something that matched my two pieces of evidence, and I found it plain as day. And they don't even know it's there. I mean, they know it's there, but they don't even know it connects. And so once I saw that, I just put my head down and I was like, hallelujah. It backs up everything I have. And then I just, I was like, I don't care. I don't need to look at it anymore, to be honest, because why? I mean, you can't be, not to sound like cocky about it. That's not what I'm trying to do, but you can't beat it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like, I just started praising God about it. I was like, thank God, like we don't need it. And so they handed me more evidence and more stuff. And I just was like, all right, thank you. Have a good day. Bye. And just walked out but the problem is like the one I'm going to have to use because it saves me. But then the second one, I've been in and out with the Lord about, using it or not, because it's gonna make me look 10 times better, but it's also gonna hurt some innocent people. And so, but I mean, at this point, I've reached out in all avenues in life to, to could have already done this once I was in my right mental state. You know what I'm saying? I clearly was not in my right mental state, throughout the process. But once I was in that, I could have, held. But I just said, what, forget it. I hate it said, but it's gonna hurt some legacies and some people. And so I'm like, you know what? I just finally came to peace with it. I'm definitely showing the one, and I'm still kind of iffy about the second one.
Well, the letter that I wrote you'll probably get it, I'm guessing, this upcoming week. I kind of touched base on some of those things too. Just, I think I said in there, like, go with your gut, because that's what I always do, because my gut has never steered me wrong. And I think you've been there long enough already for, I guess, proving your loyalty to some people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I read that part. Yep.
So I think you know what you need to do.
Yeah. And I was freaking out. Like, I lost it this morning when I made the things I made these like square spots, and I was like freaking out on the door. I'm like, give me my son back. And the deputy was like, I'm sorry. I'm losing it in here, like. And the other day, okay, so I had to go to court the other day for family court. I was freaking out because they followed me all the way to the courtroom, and I kept trying to tell the deputy, I was like, I'm not going in there. There's people in there. And so she was just looking at me like, so I kind of like scooted on the wall trying to get around them. And she's just like, but then we had like the drug search later. And I said, oh my God, I didn't think I was on like some drugs or something. I don't even do drugs. You can search me, take hair, saliva samples, whatever they want to do. But I think when you look at stuff and you're holding something, it stresses you out more because you have to keep sitting there waiting like every single day. Yep. It's like you got to sit there and wait to do what you're supposed to do. And I just want to be like, You know what I'm saying?
I could
But
imagine, yeah. But
I
it's
finally got a good, with Caitlin, and finally knowing that, I know she's on my side, and I feel confident in that. That helps 100% because now she knows, and
yeah,
that makes
I like her a lot. I get good vibes from her. Like I can sense good energy from her.
right, right. And when she looks at me like, dead in the eyes, not just telling me something I want to hear, but 100% going, wow, this is wrong. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's wrong. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it helps me get through the day, but sometimes I lose it.
I was gonna ask, I can't remember if I asked you or not. How did that thing with the USAA thing go? You told me about that a few weeks ago.
I don't even know. I was so freaking out because they wouldn't empty the room out that they took me in, and her radio was like telling me, she was like, I cleared the room out. There's no one in the room, and I was like freaking out at the window, and then I heard somebody in the back on the court going, well, she's waiting on people to get out the room, but the radio was like, Stauch, there's nobody in the room, and I was like, yes, there is. And so that's when they came back in here, and I was spazzed out. I thought they had brought me back to another ward because I didn't see none of my group members. So I was freaking out. I was like, y'all are tricking me. This is not where I'm supposed to be housed.
That's gotta be tiring.
So they probably thought they probably said, that girl done got in there with them girls and somebody else gave her some drugs. That's why, I swear, time I got back in here, not long after that, the dog came. And I thought, I put two and two together. I know they tripping because I ain't did no drugs. But then the girl said they do it randomly. They just pick random people or whatever. I was like, oh, well, they can come random me every day. You know what I mean? I don't care. I
Yeah.
wasn't even worried about it. They were going to summon themselves, and they were like in there for like 4 or 5 minutes, and people were like, oh shoot. And I was just sitting there like, oh well, you mean if there's something in there, then someone slung it.
Yeah. No, you'll be good. I'm not surprised that they went to your cell though. Like, but you'll be good.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yes, I was gonna tell you, I was on Facebook today. I was just killing time this morning, and that was one of like the discussion group pages. There was like a letter that you had wrote to the judge. I guess they released it on the like court document website, and
Oh, yeah,
somebody had screenshotted all of it and like shared it on the Facebook like discussion board page, and they're all like going nuts over it, and I'm just like, these people. Nobody has a life.
They be trying to. I'm telling you, the toxic part was the attorneys, because they were sitting there wanting me to pick. They wanted me to pick between my family, and I'm sitting there like, you put me in a hard position here. That's not the route that it's gonna go down. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna sit here.
I think you made the right decision by getting rid of them.
And that's the thing, and I gotta remember as a parent still, regardless of my relationship or what me and Ty, I'm not gonna sit here and put him in any incriminating position at all. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, nothing. I don't care if it was telling a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna do that to him. You want me to? Are you nuts? That's the thing that people don't see. You want to put me as this bad person, but I'm over here having to choose between, a child I raised and a child I gave birth to. Like, are you freaking nuts? Like, you want to no. That's not how it's going to go down. We're not beating down any children in this. We're not. You know what I'm saying? No.
It's a tough position, especially for people who haven't gone through it. Like nobody's gonna understand if they haven't been in your shoes, and not a lot of people are empathetic either, or try to be. So, but I'm excited for things to come along because I feel like they're gonna go in your favor. I think you're in the right place. Yeah. And like I said, I always say my prayers for you and your family, and I just hope that things keep going well in your favor and that things go well for you there where you're at now. Because I get worried because I used to hear from you more often now, and I'm always like, I hope she's doing okay where she's at.
Yeah, it's just that like I said, this place is crazy. I had to call somebody yesterday, and I couldn't even hear the dude. I had to be like, what? Huh? I was sitting there like, what did you say? You know what I mean? And then I had to spend my time the other day because I didn't get to talk. Okay, so he's in Mexico right now, and I didn't get to talk to them because I tried for like how long to get somebody to talk to them, the one with the 29th. I tried to get them to talk, like to get the connection, and we've been working on it and working on it and working on it, but they're in Mexico, and so it's not quite that well. But when that guy talks to his mom in Mexico, they do it through an app, and they're able to do it on the tablet through the app, but we haven't been able to get the connection to quite work that well, and so I've been over there like, because I haven't talked to them in only one time since I've been over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so that bothers me because I'm just over there like, because I wanted. Why is Ty not at school? You know what I mean? That stresses me out, and it's just a lot to keep on me because now that I'm like part of his life a little bit at least, I still have those. I get pissed off because I'm like, this shouldn't be going on. Like, I he's pissing me off more and more because now he's going to take him back to Mexico and start this little pissy games again, and he's pissing me off with it. You know what I mean? And I'm just over there like, just stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. Just he's doing this because he's screwing around with you, and he thinks that you're gonna sell people out or something. And I'm sitting there like, I'm the one sitting here. I ain't sold nobody out.
Now, I know you said that he made like video dispositions. Like,
Yeah.
have you actually seen them, or is that just what you've heard?
No, that's why she's going to Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know, like, if you haven't actually seen them, I don't know if he has actually made them or if he's just said
No,
that.
he has, because Angelica won't lie to me about that. Because Angelica had every reason that she could have sold the videos. She could have sold her stuff from her phone, everything. She could have made a buku, sold it, and it would have been all online. But she made the right choice and didn't, And she did that for Ty's sake because she's like, I don't want to do anything to hurt you because that's what they would do. They would attack it, attack it, and then you wouldn't be able to use it. You know what I mean? And so by her making that choice, I knew she weren't going to like, sell me out on stuff. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
hadn't that fact of getting her phone because I never had it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have her phone in February. I didn't have it. Not, February before. So once I seen that she wasn't going to be about making money and, like, oh, you want my phone? Here you go. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I, ask her like certain things or whatever. And so, he's got an attorney, obviously, and he's going to do whatever his attorney has him do, or whatever. But at the same time, that's why she's going to Mexico, because if someone, gives someone something and then they change it from what, whatever, then all she's got to do is take the stand and be like, wait a minute now, you told me this, and I have it right here.
Like, I don't know him like you do. I just don't know if like he's actually going to help you, or kind of like you said in the letter that you wrote me, like if he's going to remain in secrecy or try to.
Well, if he does, it doesn't matter because the evidence from her phone proves I'm innocent. It just won't. I just get in a predicament of who's these people. That's where I get in the predicament.
Yeah.
And well, I'll tell you who he is. But you want to go find him? He's in Mexico. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the most possible is keeping Ty from being incriminated. For anything. I mean, just for even being on his cell phone. He could anything. I don't want him, wiretapping Ty's cell phone and bringing him in this and him getting beat down like Harley did for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the last thing. That's the last thing I want to happen because, that's a bad start to our relationship.
And it's crappy when like adults involve kids into adult problems. Like they don't need to be dealing with that. So is he?
And she looks at me and she's like,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah. And Angel was like, you realize that there is gonna be someone, hurt in this. You know what I'm saying? Like basically like someone's legacy or what they're gonna have an image of that person. And she's like, and you realize that's going to look bad on their part, whether they're alive or not, whether they're adult or not. She was like, do you realize that? And I was like, yep. At this point, I hate to say it anymore, but it's just about myself at this point, and it proves it's not me, and that's where I'm going with it. I'm still iffy about the other one, but I'm more leaning towards the 85% of the other ones coming out too.
Yeah. I mean, you have to look out for yourself, because the longer you're there, the more your mental health is going to deteriorate, and you have to take care of yourself. Because I, for one, can attest to how important your mental health is. I actually went to my behavioral health appointment today, and she tried to prescribe me some antidepressant drug, but I looked it up and it's for bipolar, and it's an anti-schizophrenic, so I'm probably not going to take it because I don't think I have these things. But yeah, no, the longer that you're there, you need to get out of there. And
well, that's the thing I worry about the most, is that my episodes of freaking out are starting to increase again. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I'm still segregated. I'm still by myself for 22 hours, really. Because I'm by myself in a cell. I'm beside this old lady with Alzheimer's or dementia, one of them. So it ain't like I can talk to her in a vent like I could in the other ward. You know what I mean? So speaking in the other ward, I could socially communicate more because it's a smaller ward, where in here, you can't yell like that. You'll get in trouble. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I can eat and gain some weight back. And, I can listen to some Christian music. So, you can't have it all. But I do worry because my episodes start to increase more with the freaking out. And I try to get my sleep right. I try to do all that. But there's more than just sleep to it. I mean, it's like I've had a history of disassociating. It's on paper. I have those, those documents. I have that from, disassociation. I have that from the schizo disorder. I have it from all that, you know what I'm saying? And I hid that stuff for the longest time when I first got to the jail, because I thought it was protected information. I'm like, y'all don't need my stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Because, like you said, you don't think you have it. You're like, don't claim it. I'm not claiming it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's real. It happens.
I might have it.
How's Taylor?
Good. He went to Raleigh today.
And here's the thing is, your head.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
And what happens is you develop all these things in your head, and you don't know. I had to literally join the group again because these suckers would not leave me alone. They kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going, waking me up, trying to take my body parts. And I'm like, fine.
So how did you meet these people? Because I don't think
I can't hear you.
I ever asked that.
Hold on. I can't hear you. Hold on. I can't hear you. I think it's going out for a second.
Let me see if I can get closer to better reception. How about now?
Okay.
Is that better?
Okay, now what now? Yeah.
How did you ever meet these people in this group?
Okay, well, when I was in my classroom last year, that was one of the first time, well, maybe second or third time I'd met Justice. And at first I just thought it was sleep deprivation. I was like, oh, maybe I'm not sleeping enough, I'm delusional, I think, I'd be like, man, I didn't drink anything before school, before work. What in the world? So it got a little bit worse, and then in my classroom it happened, and I freaked out, and this bookshelf fell over, and it gave me a concussion. And he was talking to me, and Chance was there. And so it was always I associated that with Chance. So it was my way to connect with Chance. And so anytime I thought about him, Justice would appear again. And so I kept, whatever. And that's why I ended up on planes all the time, going places, because it was the one place I'd have control. And if I didn't have any control, then my mind could let loose, and I wouldn't have these things go on in my head. I'm telling you, you develop all these things. I thought I was dying of cancer. I was freaking out in Charleston, thinking I was dying of cancer. I ended up in Jamaica. I ended up in Canada. I was in the hospital 2 times in Canada. Because you just develop all these paranoias, and you start thinking, I check under every table now. I check under every, whatever, because I never know when they're going to be there.
Yeah.
So then they just start coming more and more and more, and and I don't know enough about it, and when these people come to evaluate me, I just look at them and be like, there ain't nothing wrong with me, because I don't want people saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you don't want people to say that. Like, there ain't nothing wrong with me. Don't be trying that bull crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had to talk to my doctor today, and I was like, telling her some of the stuff, like the stuff that I go through. I was like, please tell me I'm not crazy. And she's like, no, you sound like you're crazy. I'm like, thanks for the support.
Yeah.
But no, I understand what you're going through. But
that lady came, and all her little, might as well she should have had wine with the state, the prosecution. I mean, of course I'm over there like, this lady's crazy. I'm not crazy. But then what happens is, because of having that in your brain, then it develops all these things where, like, oh my gosh, she's got cameras. She's here to, record a movie. And then it goes from there. Next thing you know, she's sleeping with the people. And then it goes on to now she's trying to sleep with me. And it just, I'm telling you, and then it goes on. And then that was why I freaked out on the deputy that just worked that time when she grabbed me, because I was swearing up down she was trying to rape me. And like, me and her laugh about it now. And I tell her, I said, I have extreme paranoia about it. I said, I thought you were trying to take me to rape. So you get where you don't know whether you're getting raped. Yeah, like you get where you don't know if you're getting raped or you're not getting raped. And it's just based on like how a person touches you, or like, and the stories come in your head, they keep developing. And after a while, you've already been raped, stabbed, you've already been, your clothes taken.
Okay, so Jen says this is a very long call. Jen, I wanted to pause for just a second to explain something before it gets too lost, which I think there's only a couple minutes left. We're 28 minutes in. But, many people are really confused, and I don't want this point to get lost, so I pulled an article. Let me fix this for just a second. So I want to show you guys something. As you can hear her in this call, she is talking about her defense, and all kinds of random bullshit. But she's talking about her defense, and she talks about how she's talking with a friend, and they're talking about, someone's legacy is going to be ruined here. And she says, it doesn't matter to me if it's a child, if they're alive or not, if they're an adult or a child or whatever, because right now I have to look out for me. So what do you remember? Do you know the exact date of this call? So I can, because this article is from March 31st, 2021. And I think,
of course I know the exact date of the call. I'm the explainer. Hello. It is April Fool's. It is April 1st.
Interesting. Okay, so if you guys see, she wrote a letter to the judge. And this article came out March 31st. I believe the letter actually was from February and wasn't published until March. But in this letter, I'll read just a couple parts of this article, but it's going to help explain whatever she was doing. She was planning to try to blame Gannon for his own murder. Usually we don't often talk too much about the crime when we're watching these phone calls and stuff like that. That's because it's not about the case. It's more about her personality and the psychology of this person who committed this crime. But this is directly about the case. And I think it's a point that needs to be made. So this letter comes out. I'm just going to read some of the article. I'm going to link it so you guys can read the entire letter. But Stauch said in the letter that she believes the doctor who performed one of her competency evaluations was clearly an actress and friends with the DA. She talks about being diagnosed with a condition, which is redacted from the letter. Now we know she's trying to say she had schizophrenia. She talks about how she had to quit her job because of ongoing reality breaks. But then she goes on to say, well, actually, I'll just start here. Stauch mentions that she has a biological son and believes that others involved with the crime are walking free. She says, I will not put myself or others in danger running the defense against my biological son when the system is letting two men run free who are involved. One is a prominent member of an independent business. They used the NGRI to get a hearing, knowing I'm not guilty, to cover up their lack of representation. Although I had bouts of insanity and still do, I did not murder or abuse anyone, nor would that be a defense, because it's my understanding that you actually did do it. However, listen to this part. I will protect my bio son, and I will protect the drugs and violence documented from my stepson. So she was trying to throw shade, for lack of a better word, on Gannon, and giving this explanation that she's going, if you remember in the beginning of this call, she says, I'm not going to let my son ever get in trouble. I'm not going to let him deal with the police. Basically, she's trying to make it out like she's taking the rap for other, she's going to make sure she's telling all these different stories, but part of it includes taking any kind of responsibility fall for her biological son, Ty, and also that Gannon was this bad kid who was using drugs and being violent and things like that. So I think for me, the way that I kind of interpret that is she's trying to say, like, maybe Ty was standing up for her, because there's other claims that she had where Gannon came at her with the knife, and, she just had a couple other claims. But that's essentially what she's doing. It's hard to make perfect sense of it because it's Tisha, but so you guys know, that's kind of that. Okay, Bendy.
Okay, so I'm reading this right with you, okay? And this is where Letecia is really, really pervasive, okay? Because let me read it to you this way. However, I will protect my bio son, and I will protect the drugs and violence documented from my stepson. So you can interpret that as she is throwing Gannon under the bus, as if he is into drugs and he's violent, or there was drugs and violence in the household and Gannon documented it. You can read it either way.
Well, that's possible, but the reason I take it the first way is because where she's already made other claims about Gannon to doing drugs and the bath salts and the blunt wraps and all that stuff.
Well, this is I read it the way you read it too, okay? But this is my point. It's, if she were to be called out on this, she can switch it to,
oh yeah,
I'm saying this is why Letecia knows exactly what she's doing. This is why she is so dangerous, because if she were to be put in a corner about this, backed into a corner, I agree. What I'm saying, you guys, is I think she was blaming Gannon, but it's the way that she wrote this that she can say, you're not reading it correctly. I meant this.
Oh, I think you're right about that, because you even see her, like, she's including this while also blaming other people too. And it's like she keeps it confusing so she can kind of have options when she gets caught in some of it.
She's not, this statement that she's written, while there is probably a period at the end of it, it is written in such a way that it can be interpreted different ways. And this is a way because now if we go back to the video visit that is 2 weeks prior to this, the call that we ended, no, 3 weeks. Hold on. No, it's from 3/17/21. That is a year to the day after Gannon's body was found, right? He found on the 17th, or was it the 7th?
7th.
Yep, 7th. You're right.
17th.
Oh, 17th. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So in those last video visits that we listened to, she talked a lot about Al and the and the fentanyl and the and Al being messed up and all of that, and that he was violent, blah 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 blah, right? And so this letter is coming out publicly, although Allie is right. It was written in February and sent to the judge in February. But once she became pro se, then they made it part of the public record.
Yep.
So
it was unsealed on like March 1st. I remember we talked about that before.
Yes, this is an out for her. she's covering both bases because she can say, well, listen, that's where the cahooting story came. Remember, she said yesterday we were listening to those calls from the end of April, beginning end of February. I don't even know months. Look what you did to me, Tisha. You broke me. The end of February, beginning of March, all the way through March, she is talking about this biological son. She's talking about the accusing Al of being on pills, and that E was Al's plug. So this is a way, in my opinion, it's all bullshit. But it works either way. It works where she can say, no, Gannon was aware of it and we were working together, because she said that too. It was me, Gannon, and Landon. We were trying to work a way to get the kids back to Landon, because that's one of her excuses. She's also said that Gannon was violent before. She's also said he was on drugs before. But then she can also then cover her ass a third. She's left herself a third option. Now it's about Al.
Yep. And also, look, Christina, I found what you're talking about. So in the jail files on, imagine this, March 8th of 2021. So
here we go.
Just after the letter and just prior to the video visit, it says at approximately 11:30, this is Deputy Shanahan. She says, I was standing at the deputy desk looking around, and I observed inmate Stauch standing at her cell door without any clothes on. She looked straight at me. Before I could say anything, she turned around and walked off. She came back a few minutes later with her top on. After a few 15-minute welfare checks, I observed Stauch standing in her cell crying. I stopped and asked her if she was okay. She stated, no, I'm not okay. They are making me choose between my son and my stepson, and I don't know what to do. Because we have a no law enforcement contact order, I did not ask her to explain. And then she also goes on to say, and you remember we had talked about this before, she goes on to say, I just need Jesus, and normally he is here with me, but today he isn't. She was offered to go to mental health. She declined, and she paced herself for the rest of the shift, writing on a yellow pad of paper and occasionally crying. So yes, she told one of the deputies at one point, no, I am not okay. They are making me choose between my son and my stepson, and I don't know what to do.
Exactly. So see, this is part of the game that she's playing. What she's doing is she's writing letters to the judge, which it all works either way, right? We all know that Letecia does not have a biological son. She has one child, and that's Harley, period, the end. Okay. So this can work towards her insanity defense. This can also get them to go down some crazy ass rabbit hole, because she's aware that this stuff is monitored. Then she's got Amy over here who has told her multiple times, and we don't even know what they've spoken about through letter. Yeah. Okay, we only know about their calls and their video visits, and Amy has said many times that she's in the Facebook groups.
Yep.
So she's the bootleg Hogwarts owl and the secretary. You know, she brings messages and she passes messages. Okay. Yeah. So it's I'm sick of her bullshit.
I know, but
you know.
Is it not like, this is why I'm so glad that we do this and we've done it together. I've never looked at the psychology of one of these people this closely, and being able to put together this article with the jail file, with the phone calls, with the video calls, and see like a more complete picture. It is just, I'm just so glad that we've been able to do it, because
me too.
Yeah, we've just seen a lot. I don't think we would have, seen otherwise.
No, and I think that, I mean, the trial had to be about the crime itself. If they would have brought in all of the 11 billion bullshit ass shenanigans that Letecia pulled between the time of her arrest and the time of her trial, we would still be in court.
Yeah.
Look at Amy's face. She's like, girl.
Tisha uses her hands more than I realized. Yeah, she's so serious about this. But I'm sorry, the whole time she's not buying any of the bullshit.
Oh God, no. And I remember when we played these calls between her and Amy, during this month, Amy, I had to give it to Amy because, you know, she did try to be a source of comfort to Letecia and encourage her to get help. The fact of the matter is, Leticia's pulling bullshit. She never wanted help. She is gearing up to basically, I don't know another way to say it, but Leticia's doing the mess around. Okay. Yeah. That's what she's doing, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yes, she is. Well, I think if you said this one's 30 minutes, we're like 28 minutes in.
Yeah, it's about almost over. It's right at like 29 and some change.
Okay, awesome. Hey, Kathy. Is that one of the ninjas on the left? She said, I'm here listening. Are you talking about Jen's picture? Well, let's just do
Just finish it.
Yeah, this one, and then you want to just play the next one since it's only like
Sure.
a minute. Okay, and then if there's something major like that again, we can pause. If you want me to pause at any point, let me know, because I don't mind to pause and talk about it. I like to do that. I know that with the calls, we only commentate after because people had requested that. But if it's something major and we're not pausing every 30 seconds, I don't see an issue with it. So that's just
right. Exactly. Well, I mean, these, you know, it is. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to agree with you and leave it there.
Okay. All right, let's go. I love you, Jen. Okay.
Love you too.
Taken off when you didn't want them. I mean, it just, it's crazy. But anyway. All right. Well, I sent another visit. But I hope you guys have a good night. It's almost 10 o'clock there. And I hope Taylor's okay. You guys are doing okay. Yeah.
Oh my. Sorry.
The ninja behind her.
Hey,
The ninja, and then also did Katisha not hear her? And she was just like, okay. And just like,
oh, for fuck's sake. Hold on.
Look at
what
the pause.
The hell? Could you move those closed caption, Miss Ma'am, please? Just un momentito. Por favor. Move it.
I was wondering if you're.
There you go. What is going on the top of her head? What is that? Is that some kind of bootleg Princess Leia fucking space buns? What's happening there? Just on the one side? What are you doing, Tisha? Fucking hell.
That's exactly what it is. I'm going to actually make this.
Now you can really see that eyebrow.
Oh, yeah. Because it's going to grow in a little bit.
Hey, good job, Tisha, learning how to use your mask correctly, putting it up over your nose. Well done, ma'am. It's only taken you fucking a whole year, idiot.
Ooh, I'm going to do blue. Okay.
Ooh, look at you, fancy.
Did it come or not? I was like, I hope
you taught me that. All right. So, yeah, the end of that call was just silly because, like, Amy just kept freezing, and then Tisha just was asked her a question. She's like, all right, and just hung up. Look at that eyebrow. You're right, Jen.
She must be real broke out because, you know, why would they make her not wear a mask in March but start suddenly wearing a mask in April? Shut up, Letecia. Stop playing with us. And you don't have lotion for your face. Why don't you take some of that grease out your hair?
Yeah, just rub it on down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
True, Leah, we love you back, and y'all make my day, and being here hanging out. And like these video visits have been just entertaining as all hell. My face was hurting the other night. I think it's absolutely fine, like you put in your post and what Will had said in here, to make jokes on Tisha. You know what I mean? She deserves it. Look what she's done. Not only did she do it, like, I don't even want to talk about her crime. It feels wrong. Yes. And when we're doing this, but not only did she do what was just disgusting, most graphic, violent murder on this
baby. Exactly.
Then she tried to demonize him after.
Yes, of course she did, because everybody is at fault, not Tisha. Here's the deal. this is, I want people to really understand this. We understand the gravity of the crime. You guys all understand the gravity of the crime, but this isn't what this is about. I mean, yes, every once in a while she will say something that you were like, whoa. And it does involve the crime, and it is something that we have to discuss because that's part of it. But the majority of the calls aren't about her, whether they're video visits or jail calls, they're not about her crime. This is just her bullshitting and playing fucking reindeer games. Okay. So those, I don't feel any shame. I don't feel bad. I don't feel guilty. I sleep just fine at night making fun of Letecia. And I'm sorry. And I'm not even, it is what it is. And when sometimes the universe has a sense of, a lot of times, the universe has a fucking fantastic sense of humor and will pause things we'll make the YouTube video glitch out at just the right moment and you will catch something and it's fucking funny.
Yeah, it can't be. I mean, we notice it. It's the universe, not us. We're just noticing it.
Yes. And let me say this. Don't be judging me for noticing the things that the universe is pointing out, okay? Because that's like wishing bad juju on me. You don't want to ignore the universe when it's sending you messages, okay?
Exactly.
I appreciate it.
Nanine says, honestly, there's so much heaviness in true crime and this evil demon deserves to be dragged. Well, I tell you what, that's why I think that I love doing these so much, because hanging out with Jen, laughing with her, I love that. Laughing with you guys. And then, you know, even though it is connected, it's the aftermath of a crime. It's more about the psychology of her, and it's much more lighthearted. A lot of the things we talk about day to day are really tough. They're tough stuff to talk about. So
and and I don't think that I think the general public knew some of Letecia's reindeer games, but I don't think I know. It's me. I'm the general public. Like, I knew some of them, but I didn't know them to this depths. I didn't know all this stuff, and I think most people didn't. You know?
Yeah. Exactly. And we would have never known if we didn't look this close, just like what we just pointed out with her call and the letter. And because that didn't come out in the trial, you know, none of that did. So.
Nope. Oh, trifling ass heifer.
Okay.
You
ready?
Yes.
Okay. You're right. That eyebrow is like, it's just right in my face now. I can't see anything.
All I can see now. It's so upsetting to me.
Thanks a lot, Tisha.
Way to go, Tisha.
Oh, we have that emoji, I think. Thanks, Tisha. Thanks, Letecia, because the thanks Obama.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Tisha.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
They're not on lockdown.
No, it's just that this girl that's working, she's ignorant.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, they're brave.
You can't explain to her, like, you know, I tell her if it's a 15-minute visit, it starts at 8. No, it doesn't. Yes, 8:30. Yes, it does. Because someone else might have one scheduled at 8:45.
Yeah. Yeah, I came upstairs because my husband's downstairs with the girls, and I was texting him, and I was like, well, I'm waiting for her to come on, but I don't know if she's going to make it. And then he popped up, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, and she just thinks like, oh, well, you'll come at my time when I'm done prancing around.
Does she know, like, when these are set up, like, they give you a window of time, like, if you don't make it in there, they'll kick you out. I think it's like a 5-minute window.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Did you get any sleep last night?
I went to sleep at like 4 a.m. Then I got up at breakfast, but I didn't want breakfast. I just wanted the milk, so I had to get up and go for the milk. I got like bags under my eyes. Then I just went crazy and I braided all my hair.
Nice. I need to do something with mine. I just washed it.
No, it's not nice. It's crazy.
Well, I need to do something with mine. I literally just washed it and then took it out. I had it in a bun, and then I just kind of did this, and it's just really thick and wavy.
Yeah.
But, yeah. How was what happened yesterday before you got off the phone with that girl?
Oh my God, it looked like she was getting her ear bit off.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was trying to tell the people, but they just were like looking at me like, we don't see any blood. And I was just like, whatever. Yeah. And then
I have something to
commander came in my cell yesterday with the lieutenant and was like, I've been told.
You should have seen me over here trying to hurry up and pause it.
I have something to say. Okay. So I understand now that this is a process. She didn't get done braiding her hair, so this is just what's left to be braided. I understand that now. Also, I remember this. I remember the call that took place. Letecia said that a vampire was biting this lady's ear. Okay, that's what had happened. And she's trying to get the
Yes.
staff to pay attention, and they're looking at her like, Tisha, stop your bullshit. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I remember this.
That.
Mhm.
I remember exactly what you're talking about. And then let me just see. I wanted to say thank you to B Crumbs, even though I tried to say it. I don't know if you could hear me. Like I just unmuted really quick. Thank you so much for gifting those memberships, and welcome to the new members. And there's lots of cute emojis you can use, and we're going to do another members giveaway soon. So just be on the lookout for that. Also, Kathy, we love you too. I could feel you, Hallie. I was like trying to hit the space bar and it didn't work. And I was like trying to get the mouse.
What do you think I'm going to do? Like fucking start a full scale riot because you didn't pause? No, I have some home training keys.
No, I needed to hear it was important. I could hear it in your tone.
Look at Amy's face. She's like, that face is the face of a guilty woman who lied about her hair.
She's like,
lied to Letecia about her hair looking nice. You know damn right well that is not a good look, and you done lied, and you got the guilt. Should just be honest with your friend. If you can't tell your friend her hair's fucked up, then just don't say shit.
That is exactly it. And then I hope I said thank you or to Liz. I think I did, but if not, thank you for joining. And then Amber put, look, I think I'll do my hair like Letecia tonight.
You should totally do it, and wear the mask.
I'm gonna put her link in, you guys.
Yeah. And get that real good thick concealer and just hide half your eyebrow.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Hey, Iffy. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
If you guys haven't subscribed to Amber, go subscribe. Of course, Jen, if you haven't, go there. Okay, so if you're watching the replay, you will be able to click on the title at her name and get straight to her channel. I can't do that until after, like with StreamYard, I can't get it to do that. But when it's over, I'll go back in through YouTube and tag her, and it'll be blue.
I do it in the YouTube studio. I go change it after, like, I schedule it in StreamYard. Then I go over to the YouTube studio and change it so that you're tagged.
Oh, okay. Well, I can do that.
It doesn't matter either way. I mean, but that's how I do it. But that's just because, you know me, I like to I want you to be tagged immediately. Yeah. I need the immediate, for whatever reason. I need for you to be blue immediately. I
think that's better.
Handle it.
I understand. I agree with you. All right. Well, I'll start doing that, but this time you won't be able to click it till after. But okay. Harlot said I hadn't noticed the braids either. I know. As soon as she turned her head, I was like, no, the braids.
Honestly, I didn't notice them either because, to be quite frank, it looks like her greased clumps that she always has. This is pretty. The thing I noticed is the big knot on the top of her head.
No, you're right. It does. It does.
She looks like she's trying to like half-ass wear, like in Alice in Wonderland, how they all wear the little hats and they're all and the Queen of Hearts, because she's got that big old head. Sometimes the hats are too small and it sits cocked to the side. That's what that looks like.
It does look like one of those little top hats on the
Letecia's going to stand up in a minute and holler, off with her head.
Off with her head. Okay.
Where's my feet, woman?
All right, I'm going to press play.
Okay,
I'm going to go pee, so if you do need me to pause it,
I'm going for a cigarette, so I'm not getting this way. I can't make any comments. I'll just have to laugh to myself and save it for the end.
Okay. All right. See you guys on the other side.
To tell you to go to the library. And I was like thinking to myself, who would tell you you're in charge, you're the boss? But I didn't say that. I was just like, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm good. And he was like,
Did you go?
no, because well, he was like, we can adjust medication for after the law library, and I was like, so basically, struggle with anxiety all day, and have medication at 4:30 a.m. when I return. No.
Yeah, that's one of the things I wrote to you about in the last letter I sent you,
Yeah.
because I wrote some suggestions and then like maybe different times you could take it that would work with your schedule at the law library. But I mean, like sleeping during the day and being
Yeah.
up a lot more at night, which would be kind of difficult.
Well, it would also mean like not sleeping straight through. It would be like sleep because they're gonna wake you up for mids in the morning. If I mean, you're gonna hear the clicking, and then they're gonna wake you up for this, like because you can hear all of it, and you hear all the doors open, and you know what I'm saying. It's just gonna keep you.
Yeah.
It's not effective. Even if you do step through the whole night, this is not a good time to not only about the meds, but to your brain to be stimulated. You know what I mean? Like to be alert.
Yeah. I don't know about
mean,
you, but like I'm a pretty light sleeper, so if I fall asleep and I get woken up, I'm like right back awake. Like
that's me. And but I didn't even say that to him. I just said it's fine. I don't need to go because they're gonna just make it like, oh, we can change your meds to 4:30 a.m. or something like that. Not, I don't necessarily take them all the time, so they're gonna use that excuse to like, well, she doesn't take them all the time. Well, sorry, I don't believe in drugs, so of course I don't take them all the time. But I didn't even say anything. I just like it's fine. I don't need to go. I'm good. I was like,
yeah.
I got another plan. Don't worry about it. And I was like, thank you for your help because there's no point of saying anything because I don't want to argue with these people. I don't have no problems with them. I mean, they changed the security. You know what I'm saying? So they did the right thing with that. So there was no point of being, argumentative about it. So I was just like, I'm good.
Yeah, they can't force you to go if you don't want to go.
Yeah,
That's your
yeah. I
choice to
mean,
make.
yeah. I just didn't want them popping up some motion, making me go to court for me to stand there and tell the judge like, there's no problem. I don't understand.
Yeah. Do you have any more
I don't have any.
hearings before May? Like to see how things are going, or
I mean, I don't think so, but I'm sure they'll probably pop one up. I'm
yeah,
not doing the evidence hearing. I'm just
you're
we're
not
just
going
waiting.
to?
Yeah, we ain't doing it.
Now, because I remember, I think it was the WebEx one that I sat in on. I think was it the DA was talking about like he was wanting to do it. So if he wants to do it, but you don't want to, like, do they have to like kind of vote like who does it, or like how does
No,
that
they
work?
already looked. They already looked at the statute. The statute says it is the defendant's right.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. So you can, if you don't want to do it, then good. Okay, because I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
mean, they'll probably try to say something. I mean, I'm sure, but it's the defendant's right. I mean, it's to benefit them. It's not the defendant. It doesn't defend. I mean, it's not sit there for a show for them to try to get likes or media. That's not what it's about. It's not. There's no benefit for them.
yeah, that's what I was wondering the last time when I can't remember if it was the WebEx I sat in on or something I read online when the guy was like talking about how like he wanted to go through with it or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know why, because it's not really anything beneficial for his side of it, like, but
Yeah. All it does is get them more publicity. That's what you know. But
yeah,
I don't need it. They can show everything they want to at a hearing and do all this and do all that, but they don't have what I have. And I just, at this point, I don't want to be too cocky about it, but I'm over it. They don't have it, so it's just, to me, I just laugh and sit there and be like, "Huh, well, joke's on you, like not in a bad way, you know what I mean? But
yeah. So if you don't have to do that one, then is it just gonna go straight to trial then?
I think there's like stuff in between. There's like issues in between because there's the uh, situations with the cops when they would do what they did in the bathroom, like the coercion and stuff. Like, there's situations with that, and then there'll be like another thing that talks about like search and seizures and like what was, what was legal, what was not, that type of thing
Yeah.
first. And then they have like a little pre-trial thing. But yeah, there's no point in me doing it. You have to. There's situations with that, and then there'll be like another thing that talks about like search and seizures and like what was legal, what was not, that type of thing first. And then they have like a little pre-trial thing. But yeah, there's no point in me doing all that. Like, what am I do the other thing for? Sit there and listen to someone when you can't. It's not like you get to go give them any evidence back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like it doesn't matter what. The presumption is low. The grade is low. So all you have to do is show a minimum probable cause, and they're going to hold you. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can make up that on anybody. I mean,
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's just kind of like really just a waste of time to just do it. So yeah, no, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to do it either. But yeah, oh, there's something I was gonna ask you, but I totally forgot what it was. Okay, no, that's what it was. Okay, so last night I was thinking. Okay, so the other 29, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are they related to somebody?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Because I was like sitting down last night, I was thinking, and I was like putting all the pieces together, and I was like, okay, I think I have this figured out, but I want to ask before Okay, so yes.
Yeah. He works for him.
Okay, yeah, that was what I was gonna ask next. Okay.
Yeah, he works for him. It's yeah.
You read my mind?
He made sure he's not gonna do nothing crazy. He better not. He knows it'll be his head, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's pretty funny that he's also a 29. I saw it, I was like, no way. Like, what are the odds?
He thinks he's hot stuff too now. He thinks he's hot stuff. He walks around with a big head. He thinks he's hot stuff. Because all the girls be like, oh my god. And I laugh at him. It's funny. But yeah. He thinks he's hot.
Look at him online. Like he's not bad looking.
In person, he's a lot better because he looks crazy from California because he was in California then.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna cut off because she didn't let me come at my time, so they change it to the next. But you have a good day and a good Easter.
I hope you get some good rest.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, now here we go with our next call is Harley and a surprise guest, and we might wrap it up after this. This will probably be. We did the last one. I think we only did an hour over here, and we did like an hour. We were able to get like an hour and a half in or so, I think, yesterday, because it was like an hour and 40 minutes left. I don't know, Jen, should I pause after this one so we can try to split it? Or I don't think I'll make it halfway, so I don't know when to stop.
You stop whenever the hell you feel like it. We'll work it out.
All right. Well,
we'll figure it. Listen, you know me. I'm flexible, and I don't. I'll do whatever everybody else wants to do. That's the thing about us Aquarius. We flow.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we've both been like that since the beginning.
You have to. You have to, babe. You have. I didn't mean it like that.
No, I know you didn't. I'm just saying, like, since the beginning, you and I both would be like, hey, I mean, whatever you want, as long as it's fair, it doesn't matter. So you're just so easy to work with. It makes it so easy. But
you're very easy to work with and fun to work with as well.
Thank you.
It's, the vibe is, I think personally, part of the thing that makes these calls and the video visits what they are is that Allie and I genuinely have a friendship. We are genuine friends. We're not just, two creators that are collabing. We're actually friends. And, one of the best things that's come out of this case is Allie's friendship. We've become really close, and she does fucking crack me up. So you
crack me up too. But I agree. It's just, it's just been really good time with you and very easy with you. And it's like, I don't even have to think about it. I never have to think about what we're going to say, what we're going to do. Things just flow. It just works out.
There's never any uncomfortable silences. We never run out of things. Y'all should hear our phone calls. We talk about the craziest shit, all kinds of things, like existential stuff, like deep thought stuff. I know, it's crazy. We have the kids, what's going on, just all the things, you know. And this is all the things
I come up with.
No. Yes, exactly.
I love your laugh. Oh my God. That's so awesome.
Yes. Allie does be coming up with some nicknames now. But I will say
we bounce off each other. Yes, we do, Elena.
We make a good team. And I'm really looking forward to covering the Karen retrial with Allie because, like I've said so many times before, Allie makes me, I can be very stubborn. I know you guys are all shocked. I know. But I can be like, when I've thought about something and I've made my mind up, it's usually really hard to get me to change my mind. But Allie has done it. She'll be like, hey, but Jen, what do you think about, and then I'll be like, oh shit, and then I'll think about it in a different way. And that's why I'm looking so forward to covering the Karen retrial, because she and I know the basics. We know the victim, John O'Keefe. We know that they were boyfriend and girlfriend. We know the basics of the case, but we don't know like a lot of the rabbit holes and a lot of the evidence. So I'm really excited because I want to know if we're going to see the evidence the same way. I'm really curious about that. And I think it'll be fun because it'll be us. I love hanging out with Allie and you guys. Obviously, I love hanging out with you guys, and I think that I think it'll just be a good experience. Plus, having some guests up who do have their opinions, they have their mind made up at this point, and they're,
And Nicole says, I'm excited for the trial too. So we were thinking about asking Dietz if she wants to come on one day.
Mm-hmm.
Jen's making a trailer for us. But so what we're doing is we don't know anything. We're just going to learn what's said in trial. I think we shouldn't even watch if the jury has to leave and something's said or done I think that we should leave too.
You know what I mean? Sidebars. You want to skip the sidebars and the what are those called? Oh, fuck. There's a term for it, but yes, I know what you mean.
Don't you think that'd be the way to do it?
Yes, that would be the fairest way to do it. It really would be. That would be the most unbiased, truest way to get it without the jury, just to hear exactly what the jury hears would be not to listen to the any of the, well, they mute the sidebars, but what is that freaking called? Not voir dire, not ex parte, not pro se, not in limine. What is that called when they argue without the jury being present?
I'm not sure, but regardless, we won't listen to that.
I'm Googling.
Okay. That's going to bother you if we don't figure it out. So Google away. And then, I'm so excited. We'll do we're going to watch all day long, take notes, whatever. We take notes. We have different ways of doing that, but we're going to come together at the end of it and bring all of our opinions and talk about it and discuss what came out that day, how we feel about it, and how we feel as far as if we were on the jury, what we would, vote. I don't know how to say that, what we would choose. And it's going to be really, I'm very excited to do that way because I think it'll be fun and to do it with you. And Jen's been doing that for a long time, actually. That's what gave me even the thought to want to do it. She used to do a series called Notes from the Jury Box, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So long before trials were even really covered on these parts of YouTube. So in unknown cases. So that's
in camera. That's it. It's in camera. Sorry, that had to come out of my brain because it was really stuck. It's in camera hearing. We won't be listening to those. Thank you,
B
Squirrel.
Crumbs, I love you. Sparkles, thumbs up for Allie and the Lou. So proud of you guys and thankful for this safe space you've created for us all. Hugs. Aw, Sparkles, thank you.
Sparkles.
You guys just mean the world to me, and I know Jen too. So
Yes.
thank you guys. All right, you ready?
All right,
This
y'all ready for the special guest?
Yes, I am so ready. I am
Okay.
so ready. All right.
Hit it.
I haven't seen it either, you guys. So thank you, K-Braze. We're in it together. We're going to find it together. B Crumbs.
Oh, B Crumbs, that's so sweet.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's really freaking sweet, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. B Crumbs. She's something else, I tell you. I just love you to pieces, but thank you. And welcome to the members. Maya fam, yes, after at 7, we have to do on Jen's channel video calls. Some video calls we haven't seen, but there was a call that we started yesterday and didn't have time to get through, and it was there was major information in it. It was about the video that she put out where Gannon says, "I'm just worried about my burns," but at that time there was not there was not knowledge of what exactly all was on that video, just what was put out. So we're going over there to go over that.
Yes, and then there's one last call for March.
I love you, B Crumbs. Okay. Yeah, so one that we haven't seen and half of one we haven't seen, and just some discussion and that kind of stuff. So,
yep. All right. Here
we
go. Yep.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
Hey.
I can't
Hello.
hear you.
It's because you're on your phone.
Hello?
You're on your phone. You on your phone? Your phone? That's
I
why.
was on the phone
It won't work
earlier.
on the phone. Oh.
Esther, can she hear you? Can you hear me? We can't hear her. Yeah, I was on the phone earlier. Tell her we can't hear her. We just can't hear you. I think it's something to do with my car.
Hello?
Why? Because it was on my Bluetooth.
Yeah. Take it off your car.
I took it off my Bluetooth. Oh, wait. Hello?
Hello?
Can I restart the visit?
Take it off your car. Take it off your car.
I did take it off my car.
Take it off your car.
Maybe I should put it back on my car.
Oh, here we go.
Hello?
Take it off. Hello? Hello? Hello?
I can hear my ringtone, but I can't hear her.
Hello?
Is it? Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. Hello?
Hello?
Can't hear nothing. Look what I got. Hold on, look what I got. It says chance. Yeah, that's my music though. I did turn my music off. So where's your volume?
Take it off speaker.
I think it's you. That phone has to be broken.
No, it's not. It's
the
the
same
same
phone.
phone.
No, I don't know why it's doing.
Hello? Hello? All right.
Huh?
It's okay.
You're gonna end it?
Bye.
She can't hear you,
I
so
can't.
it's charging.
You can't
It's
hear
charging.
me.
I wonder if I can restart it. Wait, hold on. Let me hit refresh. Okay, hold on.
You
Let
can.
me refresh it.
Okay, so
Look at Tisha. Look at her
I
face. She's like, oh, this bitch again. You set these up, Tisha.
know. Yeah. She's like, oh, great. Here we go again.
Ah, hell.
You guys, so that was Aunt Brenda with Harley. So no, that was Aunt B. And I have other photos of her I can show you guys.
Yeah, that was Aunt B, y'all. Hi, baby. Tisha Lynn, we can't hear you. You cannot have okay, so whenever you're doing these calls, it is Harley, it's not Letecia. She has it coming through her Bluetooth, and the software that's used for these calls won't allow that. You can use your phone, but you can't be doing it on Bluetooth. She has to take her Bluetooth off, and if you don't if you have it on in the beginning, you can't the call just won't work. You have to start the right way or forget about it.
It doesn't work, right? Beach Lover, no. I mean, the docket may have put that call out and said it was her mom. That is not her mom. I'm about to go to Aunt B. I'm about to get some photos of Aunt B right now, straight from her own social media, and show you that it was Aunt Brenda. And if you actually heard her, you could hear her talking at times too. But what I'm thinking is maybe someone put that video out and labeled it as her mom, but that was not her mom.
No, because it coordinates with. Let me just hold on a second, because Aunt B and Harley were hanging out for Easter. So let me see what day Easter was. Hold on a minute.
She came and spent the night at her. If you guys remember in the phone calls, but I'm going straight to her social media and I'm going to show you her what she looks like.
Why does it fucking phone?
I just think that maybe
Sunday, April 4th was Easter Sunday in 2021. So that was 100% Aunt B.
Yep. And then hold on. Can I actually let me just go back for 2 seconds and grab where's it?
Nope.
What color were her glasses? Were you able to tell?
They're like
red.
Amy's or Aunt B's?
Aunt B's.
They're like that, like weird, like pink coral blush thing.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay, because there's a more recent picture of her. Let me go back to the visit with Amy where we were at, and we'll start there. But what I'm going to do is send these pictures to myself really fast, and then on the next pause, we will look at those and I'll show you. Or, well, actually, let me just do it now before we go on to Amy, and then this will be our last call probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me go grab my link for the live so we can talk about that. Hold on a second.
The docket, he would guess on stuff. Yeah, no, that's correct. And he also got quite a few things wrong. When you go to this Lena's statement, which I have a video going through her statement in depth, she says that she helped Carrie Gannon at some point. He relayed that statement as if Harley helped. That's not true. So there was quite a few things he didn't. And no, I understand not every case that goes to trial and you cover and that comes big have you looked at in depth like we have. But like I've been following this since before Gannon was found, and covering it since around that time. But I think what happened was he just didn't know it that well. And then, so therefore he was a little, mixed up.
Right. And also, right. Look how long, you guys, I've been following the West Memphis 3 case. And while I know a great deal of things, there are every once in a while, there are things that I knew at one point, but have forgotten, or I knew at one point and I kind of have like got it jumbled up. I mean, I've been 20 years is a long time for like me to be storing stuff in my memory banks. Okay. Especially when mainly the tabs that are open in my brain are song lyrics and movie and TV show, stuff. So it is what, I just think it's, but I do, that's definitely ain't Brenda.
Yeah, and don't apologize. Somebody
Yeah,
don't be
no.
sorry. That's all right. I mean,
That's all right.
there ain't nothing wrong with that. And
Absolutely.
I even understand, people get shit wrong. It is what it is. It's
right.
okay.
We're all human. It's,
And those pictures they just taking a second to load. So hold on. Let me see here. Okay, so this will be our last one. Which then
hey,
we'll
Crazy
be going
Mama.
over to your channel. Hey, Crazy Mama.
I put the link in the chat, you guys. So.
Okay. Let me see here. No, that's okay, Beach Lover. Don't you be sorry at all.
Yeah,
I get it.
No, listen. Remember when we got that surprise bonus of calls from June? There are a lot of calls. There was her mom was in that. Letecia's mom was on one of those calls, and I got it wrong.
Yeah,
it happens.
It happens. So this is Ain't B, an old picture of her. Oh, this is one. This is one, and this is one. So that's Ain't B. And I think we have some photos of Amy, the friend, somewhere. We have some photos of some of the other people too. I'll try to gather those up so I can show you guys, because it's interesting to be able to see who we're talking about.
MK, okay. Look at MK, Lynn. We can't take you nowhere, MK.
Yeah, we definitely can't take MK nowhere. Blue, thank you so much. They said, that's what I love about you, Alex. You have the receipts to back stuff up. If somebody called something out, you aren't ashamed to say if it's wrong. And if you're right, you show proof. Let me tell you what. I learned a long time ago I had to leave my ego behind, especially when it comes to anything in life. It's honestly a good idea to be able to say when you're wrong. Once you start being able to say I'm wrong, it becomes easy, and I don't know, there's just something freeing about it. But with YouTube, especially, because I'll never forget when I first started and I started getting corrected and, criticism and stuff like that. And it would be constructive. It wasn't even necessarily mean. And it hurt my feelings so much. And I had to learn to not let it get to me like that, and be all right with being wrong, because the ultimate goal is to have the most accurate information that we can. And if we're wrong, we need to know we're wrong. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
Okay. Well, let's go back to this. Are you ready?
I am all the way ready.
Okay.
I'm good. How are you? I like your braids.
Yeah, I just had to do them again because they made me just put them in this little one. But I can't take them apart because the ninjas came in my room, and they were just like, I had to do like all these karate moves with them and stuff. Because they were like telling me about snitching. So they were like, snitches, what happens to them? They have to pull down their britches. And then when they pull down their britches, they were like, they become bitches. And then when they become bitches, they get stitches. And then after they get stitches, they end up in ditches. And then they were like telling me, like, we've told you this before. You have to go Google it. What happens to people who end up in ditches? So I just am like, okay, I'm not going to be a snitch. Just leave me alone. And so I had to get rid of the ninjas. So they let me braid like this.
Was this yesterday? With everything that happened?
Yeah, yesterday, last night. And then so they came today and was like trying to put these like leg braces on my legs. And they were the transport people. And I was just like, was it because the ninjas had sent them or not? And they were just like, no, we're getting it ready for your trial because the jury will be behind you. They're no longer going to be in the jury box due to COVID. So we don't want them to see you tethered to the desk. And I was like, I'm sitting there like, but I'm not having a jury trial. And then they were just like, I was like, what are you talking about? Do you know what month it is? And I was just like, I'm so confused. Did the ninjas send you? Because it was just weird. The ninjas had to send them to do that. Like, why else would they do it? Like, why would the jury people be sitting in the audience?
Yeah, I mean,
said, that's weird.
The COVID thing makes sense because that has changed like the layout of some court settings, but that's not. I mean, it's not for a while out. One, two. If you're not having a jury trial.
No.
Yeah.
I don't need one. Yeah, it's crazy. But oh gosh. So
Yes,
yesterday, okay. Yesterday they made me leave because the ninjas, they were downstairs. And so I told them, I was like, I need to like finish out this phone call. We'll make this phone call prior. They just kept going and going and going. So I just finally just went in my room and just shut the door and was like, they wouldn't stop at all bothering me, you know. And so I did that for a little bit. And then I have to tell you, I hate this dude. So he never even, okay, do you know him? Do you know who I'm talking about? His name is Albert.
Yeah.
I used to be married to him. Oh, okay. So I hate him. He is like, he never, there was like saying something about, oh, I'm supposed to check these guns in the safe or something. We don't even have a gun safe. We've never had a gun safe. You know how much I hate him? He's so irresponsible. He would keep his gun by the bed in a zip thing and then pretend like, oh, no one knows where it's at. It was zipped in a zipper. Everything else was like where it should be. Even mine was locked in a jury case. I hate that dude. He is just so full of shit. It's not even funny. He left it with no safety beside his bed at all times, wide open for anybody and their mama to know where it's at, and then tried to pretend, oh, no one knows where it's at. It's beside your bed. You know what I'm saying?
Big or small? Like, can you like hit under the mic?
No, just like sitting on like, you know how you have like night tables and then you put like say you put like clothes on the night tables, just sitting under the clothes on the night table on that side of the bed, you know. And I just like, you know, start freaking out because I told the ninjas, I was like, I wish I could send y'all there to where he's at, because he does not know how to take his weapon and keep it safe from anyone. He's the one that doesn't do that. And I, you know, like kept miscounting them because there were so many. I can't keep up with how many was there, you know. And I'm like, he's such a liar. Like, I just want to be able to like send the ninjas where he's at to like kick his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because he's lying.
What were they telling you? You have to look up. You have to look into what about the guns in the safe? Like,
no, I was looking at something where he was that dude Albert was trying to say, he told me to go check the guns. No. Someone said go check the gun safe or something. I was like, we don't even have a gun safe. We never had a gun safe. Like, what are you talking? Like, this is, who said this? Like, why? And I told the ninjas, you need to go talk to them because no one ever had a gun safe. Like, you know, he was irresponsible.
Irresponsible.
I was in a jury case.
How bad it's going to make him look, so he's trying to make himself sound better by saying, oh yeah, we had a gun safe.
No, there was no, that is crazy as heck, man. And I would always say something to him about that because I'd be like, wow, it's just like just sitting over there, and I kept mine in the jury box locked. It was a locked jury cabinet, and I don't know, because like my uncle always did that. Like he had all these big time ARs and stuff, and he would lock them and stuff, and like he would have his fingerprint where you could always go in, him and my aunts if she couldn't get in. So I was just like raised to keep him, protected like that. But he's lying. So I told the ninjas
You told what?
But we'll see if they go. I told the ninjas to go where he's at. Yeah. And they sent me his bank statement, right? And so I just threw it in the trash. I didn't even want to read it because he has this guy that keeps sending me messages, like letters and stuff, like some lawyer. I don't know why those people keep bothering me. Like I don't want to talk to them. I'm not allowed to talk to them because my group told me that I cannot like have anything to do with him because his name's Travis Law Firm, and like I used to date that crazy guy Travis. That's his name. So like I can't. This dude won't stop harassing me. But his name is bank statement. His like Travis. I used to date Travis before I got married, and he was a very
Allie,
good guy.
can you pause really quick, please?
He ended up having.
Absolutely. Oh my God Almighty.
Amy, taking your glasses off your face is not going to make this rambling ass bullshit story make any more sense. Put your glasses back on. Okay.
Oh
you ain't going to hear. You remember when you would drive with your mom? My mom was infamous for doing this. Turn down the radio. I need to see.
Yeah.
Girl, bye.
When it starts raining real hard and
yes,
stuff.
But here comes Amy. Oh, let me take my glasses off so I can understand this bullshit better. No, you need to put them glasses back on. You're not going to be able. The glasses are not deterring you or aiding you, either one of them. She's thrown the fuck off, and I know exactly what she's talking about. But keep on playing because,
okay.
I don't want to take too much time.
Well, I'm going to keep playing. I just want to acknowledge 2 comments. Beach Lover says, why does she keep looking back behind her? I think because she's putting on this act. I'm not sure. But Tess must have had a comment, and then Scott had a reply to it. That was very interesting. I think it was about why is Amy... Scott, I'll just read the reply. He says, I agree. She's forcing herself to hold back so she keeps her access. And I think that's absolutely spot on. I couldn't find Tessa's, which, let me see. But I'm going to keep playing it anyways. But I agree with that.
Yeah.
Amy is proving she loves Letecia by not calling out her ninja bullshit, in my honest opinion. And then Scott said she's keeping her access, which I agree. Hot Mess Mom says, when was this from? April 2021. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Ooh, K-Pick says when you're locked up, it's something you do a lot when you're in a position like on a video call to see if people are around listening. Okay. She is trying to change her voice, Katie Katz. That is her this is her trying to show she has different personalities in my... Okay.
And here comes K-Brace. Why you always lying? Why the fuck you lying?
Now that'll be in my head all evening.
Stop fucking lying. I know, but now it's going to be in mine. Thanks, K-Brace. Thanks, Tisha.
Yeah. Thanks, Letecia. All right, let's go.
Having a drug problem, and like I don't do people with drugs. So once I found out, I did. It was like whatever, and he would stalk me, kick my house door in, I had to move. My friend Amy Bolton, we had to hide at her house as he was in her house. So we were hiding in her house, and he would. Oh yeah, like it was crazy. Oh, I didn't tell you. So when I was talking to Justice, right? And so, did you know that my baby died, right? So on January 25th, 2019, my baby died, right? January 25th, 2019, before they brought me here to this concentration camp. My baby died. That was like the 5th baby that died, because like they always just be like, oh, the heartbeat stopped. So I just got back from a cruise and I went to the doctor and they were like, no heartbeat again, that's the fifth time to have a miscarriage. And so I had to have the miscarriage in the bathroom by myself. But you know what I was thinking? Like, if you could take somebody's heart that didn't need their hearts, could you make it work and make the baby work? And all the babies could like live. But so I was talking to them about that. If I could have done that, that might have like made my baby live. You know what I mean?
Was this
But it didn't.
was this baby between you and Al, or yeah?
Yeah. I lost one when we got back from the Dominican before I started teaching fifth grade, and then that was like the third or fourth. I don't remember. I had to have an abortion with one, but it was like like the medical abortions where you already like have the baby, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, then one time I wasn't far enough along, so they gave me these pills to take, and like Albert found the TRICARE record and started accusing me of having an abortion. You don't go to the doctor and they give you these pills. They give them to you once the heartbeat stops, and you go home and you take the pills. And like I had to be admitted to the hospital because I bled so much taking those pills. So I never wanted to do that one again. I just said I'd wait and do it naturally. So when I lost the next one on January 25th, I had to have it. Like I had to like naturally lose the next one because I didn't want to do another DNC or another, pill for it. You know what I mean? So that was that. But so let me tell you the excuse why Ty hasn't been to school. They say because it's spring break, but you should know this like I do. Most Florida schools do not do spring break, or they do like 2 or 3 days because they get out early May. So they don't do spring breaks.
That's
and
a
his
lie.
School district does not do spring breaks. So that's a lie. But because they get out early May because of tourist towns. And so I'm just like, you tell
That's a
him
lie.
that he's full of shit, that is not why he's not in school. Like, I've already heard what's going on. I was trying to get an update, but I haven't got an update yet about what. I just know he's gone to find Mario.
Do you think
I don't know, and I don't know who told. I don't know. I just know he's gone to find Mario.
That's what I was asking you. So I haven't heard that name before.
I'm going to. I will. Oh, yeah. He said to ask you if you like are okay because I didn't ask you about the fighting with Taylor. Are you still fighting with Taylor?
We're always fighting. No, we're better now, but he's been really busy with his work. Oh, hold on.
I can't hear you.
It's saying you've got. Is this any better?
I can't hear you.
How about now? Is that any better? How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you.
Hold on.
What?
How about, can you hear me now?
This is the worst
Any better?
Verizon commercial ever.
Nothing?
Can you hear me now? Is she lying?
Yes. I think Tisha's fucking with her.
I do too.
I don't know. I'm going to do this if you just give me a second. Stop. These ninjas are just crazy.
Oh, are they? Hold on a second.
Them damn ninjas. You can't take a ninja nowhere. No how.
I hear you.
Oh, hold on.
I can't hear you.
I gotta try to get that pause.
It's saying you've got. Is this any better?
I can't hear you.
How about now?
Remember now, Amy's
any better?
filming some of these.
Mm-hmm.
How about now?
I think this is the one. I think this is one she did record.
Yeah, because the mask was on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Hold on.
What?
How about, can you hear me now?
Go outside. Well, maybe we can hear you better.
Any better?
Like, leave your computer there and you go outside.
Yeah. Oh my God. Tisha's full of it. She can hear her. I'm sorry. I just don't believe her.
You know, I will. I'm going to do this if you just give me a second. Stop.
Now she got.
Excuse me.
Now she's all wild. Oh my stars!
Sorry, I was trying so hard to get that.
Oh my God! Now it's the end of the chubby joke, and my mom would say, "Chubby, can you smile?" And I say, "Sure, mama." Cheese. That's it. That's the end of the chubby joke right there. Yikes on bikes.
Uh-huh. These damn ninjas, they're just crazy.
Ninjas
Yeah.
are just crazy.
Crazy.
Amy's like, oh yeah. Uh-huh. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amy's like, you didn't turn in your paperwork last night.
I'm sorry.
Always watching. Wazowski.
Amy's just so excited though. Look at her. She's like,
let me adjust
I
my
know.
glasses.
I don't understand. I can't hear nothing you're saying, so I don't know why.
How are you hearing the ninjas talking to you when you got earbuds in your ears?
yeah.
Lady.
Already. I told you that. Thanks.
Now we can't hear Amy.
Yeah, I put your name. They're gonna send your email. Yeah, they send. Put your name on the email, and on the email you will get to be able to like click the link. Everybody's gonna like 5 people is going to watch the video, and y'all just tell everybody what the video says. But I put your number on there. So if I put that on there, to save and like, so there's just like.
She put Amy on the ninja mailing list. You're gonna get a pamphlet about joining the ninjas.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God Almighty.
Mm-hmm. Let me just say this real quick. First of all, Letecia, I don't know where you get your information from, but I have been in Florida with my little mini Bendy. She graduated from Florida schools. We had spring break every year in March for a week. And we don't get out at the beginning of May. We get out at the end of May. That is ridiculous. Stop it now. And also, okay, remember how we all talked about if she was meaning a different word when she said ninjas?
Yes.
I believe that this right here, this conversation, when she talks about her hair and doing the karate moves, that she's actually talking about ninjas, because this is part of the hallucination. See, she had to quit the Volturi because what had happened was the Volturi, now not the ones that are like high ranking or have any type of home training. No. They sent like the wild and out Volturi with her to the court, and it was too damn much. And they were taking her intestines, and then they wanted her eyeballs. So she had to say, I got to quit you. We're broken up. And then the ninjas started coming, and they're training her, doing the karate and all this. But now the ninjas have started to become a nuisance, and they've made her have an awful hairstyle, apparently. And so now she's ready to have the Volturi back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I agree with you though. Real ninjas, not real ninjas, but actual ninjas, not like a slur for another race.
Correct.
Which many people were curious. Is that what she meant? Which I can't blame them, because we know she's racist, judgmental, and ridiculous. I mean, so she would definitely.
I think she's talking about, the karate. And, you can't, look, here's the deal. You can't trust, apparently, and I've learned this, you can't trust the Volturi, and you cannot trust the ninjas either. Sometime he is hell and can't act right. Mm-hmm.
Look at Amy. She's like, I don't know, man. It's starting to be a little weird. I don't know about
Amy has the Lori Vallow do. Love it.
Okay, so after this, this one actually ends. Let me get the timestamp so we know, just for next time, to around 56 minutes.
Okay.
Now, after this, in about 5 minutes, we're going to be over on your channel for.
That's correct.
Finish what we started as far as a video visit. You guys, if you missed it on Jen's, we watched a video visit where Tisha starts to talk about the phone call that she the recording that she accidentally recorded, but also then purposely recorded. The one where Gannon, you can't see anything, that she put out on social media, part of it. The one where he says, I'm just worried about my burns. We didn't know that until the trial. So in the video chat, they start to talk about that, and we weren't able to get through it. And then there's one more after that we want to finish up.
Yes. So let me put that link in the chat one more time. Hold on a second.
Which Bcrumbs just linked Jen's channel. And if you have the link to that,
I have the link to the live.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. And then all I have to do, I need like 3 minutes before I'm on there.
Me too. I need a few minutes. Y'all, I got to have a cigarette. Okay. Please don't judge. But T should be wearing me out. And this one, like in the beginning of that phone call, this is how Allie and I kind of were like, it came out of nowhere, because me and Allie were just cracking on these two jokers. And then all of a sudden Amy just out of nowhere. So, now we have to, hear it. So we got to talk about it. Plus we have one more to talk about.
Okay. Awesome. And then lots of Amy visits to come, some Harley stuff, but lots of Amy stuff.
Lots and lots of Amy. Well, to be fair, Amy is paying for her own calls. Like, she's the one that, pays for this. So.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's true. Don't know why you would do that, but whatever. All right. I'll see you over there. I hope to see you guys over there. And yeah, I love you, Jen. And I'll see you in a minute.
I'll see you in a minute. All right.
And thank you to the moms, and thank you to the chat.
Bye, guys.
I'm going to end it with this little.